That's a very dangerous thing when reporters believe that their silence is patriotism.
We'd be lynched for talking like this right now, but it's the truth. And if we can't speak the truth, we don't have a democracy. And if we don't have Pacifica, we can't have the truth. Where do you get the truth? Amy Goodman is the best reporter in this country. And Amy Goodman should be awarded the Pulitzer Prize.
The word patriarchal, as you know, comes from the Latin pater patris, meaning father. A patriarchal state is one where the state, that is, father, knows best. When it came to the federal Constitution and its sublime afterthought, the Bill of Rights for all, the founders rejected paternalism. After all, what was a king but the father on earth, anointed in heaven to rule his sons? We began by rejecting king, and we replaced him with a loose oligarchy and a republic in which men of property might do well, and the others were at least protected as federal citizens by a Bill of Rights that could give them some redress. Since the military budget cannot be discussed in any detail ever, the opinion makers and their dispensers prefer to go on and on about sex, abortion, prayer, the flag, matters of no public urgency or even relevancy. But they are emotionally hot issues and irresistible to any government that has a great deal to hide, such as the one that we are currently saddled with.
This is the 30th anniversary this year of the Watergate break-in and of the investigative report by the Washington Post that Carl Bernstein could never get a job at the Washington Post today. He certainly doesn't have one now. And Bob Woodward, who's the editor there, would never, ever allow the Watergate story to run.
So if you go to the BBC website, you'll see a story that starting in 1995, the Taliban first sent a delegation to Houston to meet with oil company executives while George W. Bush was president. What's that all about? The 7th largest company in the country, every single pensioner, retiree, or person who works for that company has lost their pension. The company that handpicked the head of the regulatory agency that's supposed to oversee Enron. The company whose vice president is now the Secretary of the Army. The company whose lawyer is now the White House counsel. The company whose accounting firm, their lawyer, is now the head of the Security and Exchange Commission, and his job is supposed to oversee the phony baloney, crap baloney stock prices. Plus, remember that the working people of this country and the poor are the ones whose kids are sent over there to die.
Now, we know he's got a problem with Saddam Hussein. We know that. We know it. He got to take revenge for what Saddam did to his daddy. But at some point in time, the American public has got to say, we can't bomb our way into peace, but we've got to talk about it. We've got to make sense out of it because our liberties are at stake. And if we don't fight for what is right and what is just and what is fair for everybody, then they come after us. And therefore, we have to say to Bush and to Ashcroft and to all of them who are prepared to spend every dollar that we have on a war, we will not give up the right to educate our children. We will not give up the right to provide health care for those who need it. We will not give up the right to have a safety net.
The resolve of our great nation is being tested. But make no mistake, we will show the world that we will pass this test.
Those in power are able to manipulate us, and they're able to get through their stealth bombers, and they're able to get through their stimulus bill because they know we're frightened, and they take advantage of that. And it's only when we start having the courage of our convictions and start standing up and having the guts to say what we want to say and ask the questions that need to be asked and to dissent, because there's nothing more American, there's nothing more patriotic than to dissent when you need to dissent. And now, folks, is the time to dissent. Dissent, 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 dissent.
It is extremely important for dissent in the United States to flourish, because what you do here matters. It always has. There have always been two Americas. Dissent against imperial adventures has existed right from the beginning. with the incredible polemics waged by Mark Twain. And it has existed throughout American history. And this is a very vital, valuable strain in the United States of America. And we need it. We needed it during the Vietnam War. We needed it during the Central American business. We needed it where they were raping Chile. And we still need it. In fact, we need it even more because there is no other countervailing force in the world after the end of the Cold War. There is no other empire jostling competitively with the United States, giving a space in which resistance and dissent can flourish.